Severed Heads is meant for a mature audience only. This program contains violent, sexual, and disturbing scenarios. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Severed Heads, written and created by William Goodman. This story is called Evergreen. Chapter 10 is titled Ashes.
Try to leave it all behind. Wandered alone for the night. Me and all of my dreams are fading. My darkness has won the fight. Is there someone there? A voice that will turn back the light. Take me anywhere.
9%, what's the use? My lungs were filling up with smoke. Scrolling Twitter again and realizing every article mentions the phrase, "There's absolutely no hope." I feel like a British Tom during the War of 1812, and in retaliation, I'm being sacrificed like a goat. I've always been the butt of the joke, a lost soul and treated like a ghost. Self-pity is my speciality ever since my mother died. Death hit me, separately, when I almost burnt down our entire house. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was 6 or 7 experimenting with frozen chicken thighs. I filled a 3-quart saucepan with extra virgin olive oil and turned the stove on. I tossed in 3 or 4 fillets and watched the saucepan burst up in flames. Smoke turned the ceiling black and the detectors went batshit insane. I panicked. I was irrational and frantic. I grabbed the spray hose from the kitchen sink and directed it towards the flames. It grew angrier and my prayers sank lower. I began to shut down emotionally, with tears decorating my charcoal-colored cheeks. I shouted my mother's name, but the day was silent as the night. I felt hopeless, like I'm being sacrificed. I put my head down and contemplated life, but then my mother, like a goddamn superhero, gave me the will to fight. She grabbed a kitchen towel and wrapped it around her hands, threw the lid on the pot, reached high in the cupboards, grabbed a box of baking soda and vigorously shook the entire thing over the pot until the flames eventually died down. She dragged me out of the house, opened the windows, and immediately called for help. Luckily she did, because asphyxiation was almost the death of me. Ashes. Ashes, ashes, torched souls and ruins, torched souls and ruins, torched ashes and ruins, ashes, 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 torched souls and ruins, torched ashes and ruins, ashes, 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 we all fall, torched souls and ruins, torched ashes and ruins. I sense fire burning in the distance. I hear walls collapsing in every direction. I feel death grabbing me any minute. Any minute, I'll be in heaven in the presence of legends. Jesus Christ. I'll have a conversation with God and get to brag about how I fought for him in the trenches. My immortality is special. I look at my phone, 7% with no reception. I open up the Notes app and begin to write my manifesto. Man, I must confess though, as I cut my fingers on broken glass, I never killed a man and never meant for any of this to happen. I've always been the lamb in a world full of crocodiles. I follow the leader and will jump in a swamp if you told me I'm a lion, but everyone's a liar. 5%, brightness down. I'm not finished with my misguided message. This isn't a plea deal. I accept the actions of my predecessors. The only regret I have is collapsing and not being able to see the world after all the ashes. 3%, fuck it. I can barely see the screen. The fire is angry and unraveling. Unfortunately, I have so much left to say, with no reception to post it anyways. Mom, I love you, and I put my phone away.
The beating horns, the buried crow. Look how low we kings can go. How low we kings can go.
Thank you for listening to Severed Heads, written and created by William Goodman. Ashes, 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 ashes. torched souls in ruins, torched ashes and ruins, ashes, we all fall down, we all fall down, ashes and ruins, ashes, we all ashes, torched souls in ruins. So until we meet again, my greatest friend, my severed head. Amen.